You get into some of that in The Death of Atheism about the historical accuracy of the Bible
Yeah.
and so on, and we won't go down that route, but it's actually true. If you believe that, then that means a lot.
Well,
right?
I guess I'll just to say a word on that. The book Is Atheism Dead, which just came out a couple of years ago. First of all, the reason I titled it Is Atheism Dead is that since 1966, we've been living in a culture that kind of assumes the 1966 Time magazine article, Is God Dead? Kind of assume that, like, oh yeah, science has kind of pushed God out, whatever. And I realized that as time has passed, and that's the thesis of the book Is Atheism Dead, exactly the opposite has happened. The evidence for God has become open and shut. I don't mean strong. Open and shut. Kind of like, let's discuss, is the earth flat? No, it's not. Well, nothing. We know it's a sphere. Like, we know this, right? Some people
just
say,
so you'll know, I totally agree with you. And I think if you don't get that, you're either unstudied or you're a moron.
But that's what's
You're
so
either
interesting is to me
unstudied
is
or a
that the
moron.
evidence for God has become so strong. Now, and as I looked at all this evidence over years, I realized most people, including Christians, don't know this. When you know that the evidence from science since roughly the 60s has become increasingly strong to the point that it's open and shut, it changes your faith. You just realize this is just reality. It's kind of like saying you believe 1 + 1 = 2. Yeah. Well, you're sure? Like, yeah. The evidence for God from science, the evidence for the historicity of the Bible from archaeology, the evidence from every quarter for God and the Bible has become astonishing. And I think it's important for people to know that, including people of faith, because it strengthens your faith. It makes you think like, okay, this is not something, man, I hope it's true. It just is true, and we need to all know that it's true, because then you live differently.
Well, stone cold naturalist physicists, many have moved into the God-believing category just because of their science, and
Yeah.
I think science is proving God. That's my personal
Oh, I think
belief.
it has. I mean, if you dare to look at the evidence.
Yeah, it has.
Most people either don't know the evidence or don't really want to know the evidence, or if they know some of it, they have to come up with some preposterous theory like the multiverse theory, which is more insane. It's like saying Zeus, is real or Santa Claus is real.
Yeah.
The evidence is open and shut. So if anybody dares to read just what I wrote in my book, in other words, there's much more information, but I put the basics in the book Is Atheism Dead, just the basics. It is mind-blowing. And so I'm very excited that we're at a time where people's opinions will be changing.